All right, here we go. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Zoom versions of the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am one of your hosts, the producer, Anthony Massano, along with my co-host, T-Monies, Theron. So, let's talk about we're gonna talk about some pro wrestling. Probably not talk about pro wrestling because I'm not really caught up for the week. We're doing this show on a Friday night. I did not check out AEW on Wednesday night, but I'm definitely gonna check it out a little bit later. And nonetheless, just a Fastlane is coming up, so I'm sure we'll look up Fastlane matches and maybe we'll do some picks. And welcome to the show, everybody. You can check us out on Facebook, check us out on Twitter, on YouTube, especially. We are on Spotify. I confirm that we are on Spotify. So if you look up the Bros Before the number 4 Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast, bang. I mean, we're not the number one thing that pops up, but with your help, you can help us get more recognized on that platform. But nevertheless, I know we've been kind of all over the board and bouncing back and forth on these platforms, all this stuff. We will be back on iTunes at some point. I was just telling Theron, T-Monies, that going to be getting a new recording rig, and I'm going to be making the leap all to Apple stuff. I've been using Macs before, but mainly Pro Tools. And I'm going to step out of the Pro Tools game and get in the Logic game. And definitely ready to up the game of production, and I'm hoping to take all you along. So nonetheless, Theron, welcome to the show, man. How's life in Texas?
Life is good. I got my stimmy. I'm dripped in gold. I got all the belts. I got the glasses. We're living big here. We're living real big in Texas right now. Everything's good out this way, man. You know, just living the dream, doing this, listening to the hottest podcast. It's going to soon be sponsored by Spotify, but not yet. But we're on Spotify, so that's good. I'm good. I'm good. How's Portland? Yes, I have 2 titles at the same time.
Dang, dude, that's legit, man. Unifying the belts.
Unifying the gold, baby. The gold or the Target gold, whatever you want to call
it. I love it, man. I love it, dude. Do they have a blue one yet?
No, they don't. When I got this one the other day, they have the new Intercontinental title belt on the box. They didn't have it in the store. So obviously they're just sticking with this red one that I just really like. I've always liked the Universal title, the original one. I like the blue one too. Now I have them both, so I'm dripping gold, ready to go.
All right, dude, I dig it, man.
Yeah,
that's legit.
I don't know how long I can keep these glasses on for, but I'm gonna try to do it for the whole damn show. So let's see what happens.
Hey, all right, man. I love it, dude. So let's dive right in. So let's check this out, man. I'm gonna pull some stuff up. It is Fastlane coming up on Sunday, man. So quick question. Let's see, match card. Is the WWE Network officially dead?
No, I don't think so. I think you can get this last show on either the network or Peacock. Peacock officially is carrying the network as of the other day, I guess.
Okay.
But I think this is the last show, and then in the next couple of days, you will your subscription will expire from network, and then you got to go to Peacock. So by Mania, you will have to have Peacock. Yes.
So check this out, man. A buddy of mine was telling me, this isn't a plug by any means, but he was telling me, like I just have internet service through Xfinity, and he was telling me, like, dude, you get the Flex box, it's free, and it's like a Roku box basically, and you get Peacock Premium. So you pay, it's like it's the $5 subscription. I'll pay the extra $5 because I really don't want ads. But nevertheless, what is cool is yeah, man. So if you get the little Flex box thing, you don't even have to have a cable subscription. You can get Peacock. And so, yeah, you'd be able to watch the network. So I'm super stoked about that.
Are you getting a Flex box?
I already got it, dude. They sent it to me. I just ordered it yesterday and they already gave it to me.
What?
Right, dude?
It's already hooked up?
I didn't hook it up yet, but it's in the box.
But it's here. It's here.
Right. But I use my Xbox as like my Xbox One is my primary source of entertainment. So nevertheless, yeah, man. So I'm stoked, dude. I'm stoked to watch Fastlane on the new Peacock network. Sad to see the WWE network finally go away, but you know, hey, it had problems, and obviously WWE isn't even crap about it. So you know,
we'll just sell it off to the next highest bidder
right?
and let them deal with it, right? So yeah,
Either way,
because
let's talk about Fastlane. So Fastlane's coming up this Sunday on Peacock, and or maybe the last of the WWE network. But let's talk about our picks here. So hey, Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan.
with Edge as a special guest enforcer now, as of tonight.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh yeah, he had like a match with Jey Uso, and if he won, he'd be the enforcer, and if Jey Uso won, he'd be the enforcer. I guess Edge won. I just saw he's the enforcer, so he must have won.
Oh, okay. Well, in that
Yeah,
case,
uh, my pick is still Roman Reigns because Edge will probably screw Daniel Bryan over somehow because I don't know, they have like a little side beef going. It's like a three-way feud for. Well, obviously Daniel Bryan is in the match, you know.
well,
Yes.
here's the thing too. It's like, why would they all of a sudden take the belt off Reigns to have a Daniel Bryan versus Edge WrestleMania?
You can't really get behind that.
It's really tough. It's too quick. So yeah, I think there's gonna be some shenanigans, and something might happen where, you know, Edge screws over Daniel Bryan, and then it's just Reigns versus Edge, and who knows, maybe Daniel Bryan does something during Mania, creates some shenanigans of his own, but you know, nonetheless. Oh, hang on, I gotta keep an eye on this old computer freaking out. But okay, next match. So actually, I've got Reigns, right? That's like the easiest thing to call on that one. So we'll say both of us got Reigns, and then the next match, not the next match, but a match that could be next. Women's Tag Team Champion Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler versus Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks.
I don't. First of all, I don't know why this match is even happening. To be honest with you, for the second time on the second pay per view in a row, maybe, or maybe it was a Raw or a SmackDown. I don't. It was probably a SmackDown.
I honestly feel like it was like a pre-show match at one point, right?
Could have been a pre-show match. That was Charlotte and Oscar losing, but yeah, it probably was.
Um,
It might have been. Nonetheless, I would just go with Shayna and Nia, right? I mean, why would you put the titles on two women that are supposed to be having a iconic match at Mania for the SmackDown Women's title?
right. What
I just
backward
don't
booking?
get it. I don't really know how it benefits the two of them if they're supposed to be having a friendly beef. Like, I don't understand. It's been done with Bayley and Sasha, so why would you do it with Bianca and Sasha? I don't see it. So I would just say Nia and Shayna for sure.
Right. Same thing. There's that booking makes no sense. I mean, it's just a way to hype up. It's just a way to hype up. Here, okay, here's what's gonna happen, because we all know this is gonna happen. There's gonna be shenanigans in the match between Shayna or between Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. They're not gonna be able to be partners, and that's just gonna keep the beef going, rile the beef for Mania. So all it is just trying to get them to be teammates, but it's gonna backfire because, again, why would they be champs? So it's really, it's like they know they're not going to win, but it could set up for some feuds, you know, happening with you know, between the two to get that fire, that fire stoked with silly booking.
I think it's going to be a constant theme in Fastlane, this silly booking. But as you look at the match card, you'll see for yourself. But and not to mention that Naomi and Lana have a tag title opportunity they earned, and they haven't gotten it yet. And we're just overlooking that, I guess. I mean, I know they're not going to win, but you could have done that.
How would you feel about this? How would you feel about not having a pay-per-view before Mania?
I'd be fine with it. They said they might be doing it just to see if Peacock has any bugs before Mania. That's why they're doing it.
Okay, that's fair. But I was just thinking, like, what if they did, like, if they didn't do a pay-per-view, right?
Yeah.
And let it, you know, you get Hell in the Cell, or not Hell in a Cell. You get Elimination Chamber,
That was
then you get a
last, yeah.
breather, because that
Yeah.
way it lets it kind of marinate. Like maybe you have like, maybe you have like a special event that's like a mass interview, like interviewing each of the wrestlers before. Maybe each wrestler gets like like a 2 to 5 minute video package of the prep for Mania. Like that could
Right.
be cool, right?
That would be
Versus
cool,
like,
yeah.
oh, let's have these schmo matches just to have matches
Yeah.
because that's just what we do, I guess. Or you could have it where it's like, hey, we're not the people that aren't in Mania, maybe have like a pre-Mania, right? Maybe like a mid-card Mania. I'm just spitballing, right? Like what if it was well, think about that. What if it was like you had like people, I'm just spitballing, right? Like we had people like Ziggler and Bobby Roode and Shinsuke and all these people that aren't being booked for Mania, but they get some cool pairings and cool matches, and that's like its own pay-per-view. It doesn't have to be a hype for Mania itself, but I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
That could be a good idea considering two of the people you just said are the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and I feel like people probably forget that. So, you know,
Right?
that would be cool. I mean, what would you call it? Mini Mania?
Mini Mania, dude. It could be a mini Mania.
Mini Mania.
That's
Mini
legit.
Mania.
I dig it. All right, another match that's happening is the Intercontinental Championship, Big E versus Apollo Crews. How do we feel about this?
I've been watching this feud kind of. I will say the new Apollo Crews is cool. I like it. I guess he needed to do something to get this character going. He's been featured on TV for over a year now because he was in the U.S. title picture on Raw. Well, first he was a jobber. Let me state that, along with Ricochet. But then they just started featuring him more and more, putting him on TV more and more, and making him the face, had him as a U.S. champ, had him eventually lose the feud to the Hurt Business, move over to SmackDown. Um, Eventually turned heel and now go into this feud with Big E, which I think it could be really cool. Big E's been doing a lot of good work as a solo act. Apollo has been great as this Nigerian heel tyrant warrior, whatever he is.
All right.
My pick is probably still Big E, right? Because I mean, I just don't. I'm assuming Mania gets an Intercontinental title match. I'm assuming if you are big on Big E, it's got to be, and it's got to be on Mania, right? Or I mean, they could put it on the pre-show, but I would hope they would put it on Mania. Um, and I think you would want to take Big E into Mania more than Apollo, right? Unless you just put all your cards on Apollo and he wins tomorrow, because I think he lost in the Continental title match earlier, and that's why he turned heel, or he lost to Shinsuke and turned heel. So my pick is Big E.
Yeah, mine too.
You don't see Apollo forcing the formidable opponent. I mean, he's a powerhouse.
I mean, he could be, but again, like he's just, I haven't seen enough. I haven't seen enough of new Apollo to really feel like I could get behind him. So I'm just gonna say Big E because I know him, and I would love to be pleasantly surprised.
Right. Yeah, I think they're pretty big on Big E. I think at least as an upper mid card, whatever. I guess for now, until he gets into the title picture. So yeah, I like that. Again, we agree on the pick. So
right, this might be the first time we both sweep it, man. Interesting. All right, here we go. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus in a nose holds barred match. What's that about?
Irish pride. Are they from Scotland or Ireland?
I'm not going to screw this up. I don't know.
Well, one's Scottish, the Scottish psychopath. The other one, I think Sheamus is from Ireland.
All right. That's
Celtic
legit.
Warrior. Makes sense, right? We're going to go with that. If I screwed it up, I'm sorry. I'm going to say Sheamus. I don't know. Drew's in the world title match at Mania no matter what. So Sheamus needs this win more than Drew does? Right?
I mean, so hold up. Let's play this out.
It's not Sheamus versus Randy Orton. You know that. So that's a good thing.
Seriously, for the longest time, It was Sheamus versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton versus Sheamus. Sheamus versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton versus Sheamus. I kind of miss it because I haven't seen it for like 4 years, but for a while, for 4 years straight, it was Randy Orton versus Sheamus. No, here's the thing. If Sheamus wins and he defeats McIntyre, what steam does that lose for McIntyre?
I guess you're right. That's what I was thinking of when I said that. But I mean, he's been on fire for a year.
Yeah, but keep him hot because you got to keep him hot so he can get in front of a crowd, because Drew has not been in front of a crowd. He was
That's
COVID
true.
champ, right? He was COVID era champ, which he did a fantastic job. The fact that he could beat Lesnar was awesome, right? But he never had the opportunity to be in front of a live crowd. So you can't, and I'm hoping, which please, Paul Levesque, if you're watching, do not do bad by Drew. Come on, man. Let the fire be there. Don't snuff him out. Let the fire be. Let him be in some cool matches like he is. Let him continue to be big guy on top. He doesn't have to be champ. He's not champ. He doesn't have to be champ, but he just can't lose right now. He can come close because he is human, right? We've seen him get his ass kicked, but he can't lose at this point, because we need to see what he's like in front of a crowd. We need to see what he's like in front of people to get that, that accolade, right? Like that reaction, because we haven't seen it yet. And so I'd be geeking live. I would be geeking for Drew, hands down. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, this no hold barred match. And but again, I'm saying McIntyre. Are you saying McIntyre?
I think I'm changing my answer right now, actually, because I was saying Sheamus, but then I was like,
right.
well, how is that going to work? Because if I say Sheamus and Drew does lose, then he does lose all that steam. He hasn't been in front of the crowd ever, and if they're going to book him, which I think they've wanted to do this for a while. I think Vince McMahon's always liked Drew McIntyre. He was the chosen one. That was like back in his first run. He was supposed to be the chosen one. Didn't work out. Went to Evolution or Evolve. Went to Impact. Had a great run there. Had a match with Bobby Lashley before. So yeah, you're right. He can't lose a no holds barred match, because even if he doesn't need to be the champion, even though he's been around for a year, we're getting probably closer and closer to live audiences, and I think that the sky's the limit for Drew still, and they probably want to push him more. He was already in line for a monster push before the pandemic, and he got the monster push through it, and he held his own. So I think they're probably going to just maybe possibly take this year and do it all over again, but with fans. So I'm just going to change my pick to McIntyre now and apologize for ever doubting you and the Claymore kick, or however he wins the match on Sunday.
Oh, man. All right, next match, which is saying that's not really a match, but could be Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss.
It's not saying it's going to be. I thought it was a match on the show.
Maybe. I don't know. Have they really had an intergender match yet?
No, they have never done that. They've done maybe intergender tag. They've definitely done that. They've done the intergender tag thing. They haven't done a man versus woman straight up like Tessa Blanchard versus Sami Callihan for the Impact World title. Alexa could win. She could win because the Fiend could come back to set up that Firefly Funhouse match. So I'm going to pick her to win. She's got some sort of a hex on Randy Orton right now. She's channeling her inner Fiendess thing. I'm assuming this is a match. If it's not a match and it's just a segment, she could still win the segment. So I'll still give her the W.
All right. I'm with you, man. Straight across the board.
Yeah. Do you like Alexa Bliss as the Fiend? I don't know what to call her. She still calls herself Alexa Bliss.
This sounds really terrible, but I've not seen any of the segments with her since she changed over to. Yeah, I'm way.
Have you seen? You haven't seen any of the segments,
bro. I'm way.
Not even one. Have you even seen the ring gear? None of it. The playground. The what's that thing called? The rocking horse? Is that right? I don't know if that's even right.
Rocking chair?
No, it's a horse.
Oh, yeah. See, dude, I don't know.
Oh.
The lawnmower? The mower of lawns?
Okay. Well, Alexa Bliss will win because it's Randy Orton, for crying out loud. It's cooler than Randy Orton versus Sheamus. So I think the Fiend's really going to come back. I would assume he's going to come back, like I said, to set up that Firefly Funhouse match at Mania. I think that's a big angle they're going to do. Probably.
All right. I
Probably
think, man, I would like to see the Fiend come back, but yeah, I have not seen Alexa Bliss doing her Alexa Bliss spin on being the Fiend. I'm an awful producer, right? What can I say? I've not seen it. I don't really. Again, I haven't been into the Raw product, man. I've been out of the Raw product for a long time.
There's not much to be into, so I don't blame you.
Kind of tough. But nevertheless, I think it'll be a good segment or a match, whatever it is. Then we got Shane McMahon, classic Shano match, versus Braun Strowman.
I hope they take this match off the card.
Oh, tell me about it.
There's nothing to tell. It's so stupid. I don't understand. Like, why are Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon feuding right now? What is the point of this? Why do they not like it?
Why is there ever? It's always a question of why is Shane beefing with anyone anyway?
Some of his segments have been cooler though. Like, I don't know. Like, let's think. The Miz beef, that was cool.
All right.
Shane turned heel. The Kevin Owens beef and Shane was a good guy. That was cool. The Sammy turned heel. Kurt Angle pushed Shane through a plexiglass. I'm sure you've seen that video. It's awful.
Oh, he get dumped on his head like 3 times.
Right. But this just makes no sense. It's like we don't know what to do with Braun, so Shane will get you over. I don't believe that. I find that hard to accept, but we give you Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon is like 5th place at Mania. That's what you get. A match with Shane McMahon is like, I don't know. That's why Shane's gonna probably win the match at Fastlane if it happens.
I was gonna say I think I'm gonna disagree with you on that. I think Strowman's gonna win.
Good.
Because he's Braun Strowman. He's massive. If he loses to Shane, I mean, whatever steam Strowman had to begin with.
Doesn't have any steam. He's fighting Shane McMahon.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
for no reason.
It'd be nice if he takes the W. Takes the W.
I think he'll get the W. I would hope so. But I'm still thinking Shane McMahon screw him over, but he should win so we can do away with this feud and he can maybe give himself a valuable opponent at Mania if he's even going to be in there. Because we don't know. But yeah, I'll go with Shane McMahon though.
All right. The first time we split. Next match.
They have this many matches?
Yeah, man.
Like 4 matches this morning. Okay, what is it?
The next match is the United States Championship, Riddle versus Mustafa Ali.
He got himself a U.S. title match? What did they do?
Riddle?
Right, bro? I mean,
he just got it.
Yeah, he just won it at the last pay-per-view, right?
I think so. Who'd he beat?
Lashley.
Oh, that's right. And then Lashley went on to get a freaking world title.
Right. I think it was all planned all along. Riddle, bro. I mean, Retribution is a failed attempt overall at a probably possibly cool idea. I don't know what happened, but I mean, they're trying really hard. Ali is putting his best foot. He had an article where he was just talking about the creative process behind that, and how he already wanted to be a heel anyway, and how they told him he had to basically audition to give himself a push, and then that gave him that. And that's what he has now. And he has Slapjack.
You would. What's so okay? One, Mustafa Ali's a badass. I'm going to change my answer. I want Mustafa Ali to win. I want Ali to win because I've seen the bro work, and I like him. I like Riddle. I like him. But again, I like to see titles changing hands, right? But at the same time, like I kind of feel like they set Mustafa Ali up for failure. Why would you give him a stable and give him the names of people that just sound so hokey? It sounds like the names were created by a middle schooler who had no clue on how to name any creative character. So they named him T-Bar, Slapjack, Mace. Like, come on. Name him Danger Joe. There's
Danger Joe.
right, Danger Joe Heavy Hammer.
Heavy Hammer.
I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Like what?
Yeah. Mad Dog.
Mad
Mad
Dog, Smash
which is
Samson,
been
Sam
in the
Justice.
Sam Justice fits right into the heel of action.
I'm just saying, Slapjack. Come on,
Right.
that's who's gonna beat you up. Is
Yep.
Slapjack? It's 2021, and you got beat up by a dude named Slapjack. You got beat up by a dude named T-Bar. Come
It's
on.
so sad because their characters outside of their current characters are they're really good talents. You know, Shane Thorne is great, and Dominic Tajakovic is a phenomenal talent.
Right?
Um,
Right? And
had
that's how
some
you treat it. What pisses me off, man, what really grinds my gears is you hit it right on the head. You get all this great talent from NXT, and then you make them go through the gauntlet of garbage.
me again.
You make them go through the garbage gimmick. That's what it is. It's the gauntlet of garbage gimmicks. That's it. I'm coining it right now. The gauntlet of garbage gimmicks is what WWE is notorious for. You go from an awesome, amazing product being put over in NXT, and then Apollo Crews, case in point, kicks ass, taking names. NXT is awesome. Comes up to Raw or SmackDown, goes to the gauntlet of garbage gimmicks, which was just essentially himself, but they booked him like garbage.
Yeah.
Then you got Mustafa Ali, amazing guy, amazing worker. You give him this really cool stable, this really cool faction, but then you give him a bunch of garbage named, henchmen. And the talent is good. The talent is amazing, but the gimmicks are garbage. You're making them go. Why? Why do you make your talent go through the gauntlet of garbage gimmicks? It makes no sense, which is why, again, we haven't talked much about it with AEW. They understand that element of WWE, and they refuse to go through that gauntlet of garbage gimmicks. They won't do it. They won't do it. And I'm glad they won't do it. But WWE is notorious for it. And it drives me nuts because it's like, come on, why are you naming the guy T-Bar? You couldn't give him a cooler name. You couldn't like dress them up a little bit differently to not make it look like Bane, like a straight up rip. Like, give me a. But that's the product, dude. That's it. That's their McDonald's recipe, dude. That's the fast food WWE formula, and it drives me nuts. But either way, man, I don't run the company. I'm Jack Dingus, dude. That'd be my gimmick. I'm Jack Dingus.
I'm Jack. See, that would be over. It'd probably get over.
Right?
Steve Austin was once the ringmaster, and that was the name they gave him. And then Vince quickly sees that that's just not working. Steve knows it's not working. Steve was a tremendous talent from WCW, as a member of the Hollywood Blondes with the late Brian Pillman, and as himself. Probably, I think him or Arn were the longest reigning TV champion. And then history is made with Stone Cold, and he changed the gimmick. And Ali was trying to change his image, his gimmick. I think he was trying to go heel. And like I said, he had to audition with this thing, and it's not his fault. This is what they gave him. He's trying to make the best of it. But it is terrible when you think that Ali was penciled in to win the Money in the Bank contract 2 years ago when we got Boombox Brock, and then at the last minute they changed it to Boombox Brock. And then those guys that are under those masks playing those those great value Banes and whatnot. And it's just like, man, you're right. The gauntlet of garbage gimmick thing is just terrible, and I don't know why they do this to people. And it happens to a lot of people. It's like, I don't know. We want you to be a face, and we want you to change your name, and we want you to make this cool.
It's like we want to publicly shame you and embarrass you to see if you can make it through this gauntlet of garbage gimmicks. And then if you happen to, then cool, you proved us wrong. But if you didn't, then who cares anyway? We put you through the gauntlet of garbage gimmicks.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost like they purposely set their talent up to fail, and it's like, to me, it would seem so discouraging. It's like you
Oh
finally
yeah.
made it to the biggest promotion in pro wrestling, and you have to be humiliated by your gimmick. But that, it sounds like, again, this isn't a new thing. This has been the formula of WWE for the longest time, and that's just what it is, right? Again, I don't write the scripts here. I'm just Joe Schmo Jack Dingus,
Jack
right? I'm
Dingus
just
and
the
Joe
producer
Schmo.
Jack Dingus. In my opinion, means Jack Dingus.
Joe Schmo and Jack Dingus, the new tag team coming up in WWE to take all the gold. We're taking all the gold. It's gonna work. Yeah,
Yes.
people lose their luster. Buddy Murphy has
Oh,
lost it multiple times because he's just not being used right. I think now he's a heel again, and he separated himself from the whole Mysterio family storyline and basically his weird relationship with the Mysterio daughter, who's only like 19, older.
it's a little weird.
They separated it now. He's just a heel. He said that they were all jealous of him. She used him to get some acting experience. Red Mysterio's jealous because, Buddy Murphy was the next cruiserweight. Dominic's jealous because he wants to be on TV. I don't know. So
All
we'll see
right.
what happens with Buddy. But
All
yeah.
right, we got one more match. Seth Rollins versus
Yes.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Wait, what? That's a match?
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Why are they wrestling?
I don't know.
Well, why? No, why? I thought he was beefing with. Well, I guess Cesaro and Shinsuke did become faces, kind of, and they're feuding with Seth. I guess I don't get to watch SmackDown because I'm always at the Pizza Shack.
I'm
But
excited
I
to see
usually
this,
watch the highlights though. So you
right?
said
Like, are you just stoked for the fact that Shinsuke and Rollins are just going to have a match? Like, that's
yeah,
cool to
I
me,
just hope they don't. I hope they don't I really hope they get a good amount of time. I want them to have like a ridiculously long match for no reason at all. Like
right?
just kill each other. I think that would be really awesome. Actually,
This could be
I
sick.
I didn't even know they were in a match. But you think about this; these are like the dream matches when like the talent like the Shinsuke's come to NXT. Now we're getting it on Sunday. That's a tough pick though. I think they like to keep Seth Rollins at the top of the card. I could, I don't know when Seth is gonna be back in the main event picture. I don't know why they would do Seth and Roman in the feud unless someone's turning face, and I don't think either one needs to. So
And that's the thing. You kind of hit something on the head. Why does it need to be a dominant heel and a dominant face? Why can't it just be two dudes that are really good beating each other up for
right,
45 minutes? Give me a
right,
45-minute match. Give,
I'll
give me a
take it.
give me give me a 25-minute match between those two. And that will make Fastlane totally worth it.
Just
Fastlane
don't.
could just be Shinsuke versus Seth Rollins for no apparent reason.
Yeah,
That could be the match. Just that's the pay-per-view. Just these two dudes kicking each other's ass for 2 hours, 3 hours. That's the pre-show. That's everything. It is just, we're just gonna ring the bell and we're just gonna let these dudes beat each other up because they could do it. They could do a match like that. And so I don't think there needs to be any sort of setup for it. That's a rare gem, a rare nugget match just because.
yeah,
And I hope they don't screw it up. But I would love to see Nakamura win.
I like that pick.
I would love to see Nakamura.
I'm gonna second that pick. I don't know why. I never usually bet against Seth Rollins, but I'm gonna bet against him today just because I don't know. I don't know. I'm going with Nakamura with the. It's not an upset though, right? These are two warriors
Nope.
just beating each other up.
Just
Nakamura's a proven champion, decorated.
I would say the way that it should go is they're both just out of steam, and it just so happens to be that Nakamura has just that little bit of extra steam left. Not a clean match, a fight till the end, and it just happens to be that Rollins gassed.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what it is, right? Maybe he's just gassed at the end, and then Nakamura's just got that extra little umph, and that's it. That he just gets the one extra move in and calls it, and that's the match, right? Like, falls on top of him, and 1, 2, 3, boom! Like, no way! Like, that would be, because then it would be like these two formidable opponents, just giving each other everything they got, just kick out after kick out after kick out after kick out. And then, just the better man who happens to have the more endurance. It should be an endurance race. That's why it should be a long, good match. But who knows? WWE is going to give us a 5-minute match, five moves of doom, call it good.
Probably, but we're gonna hope for the dream match that you just booked. It's long for no reason. It just builds up more of the Seth and Cesaro feud, which could be a match at Mania. Stay tuned.
All right. Well, we'll see. So that's Fastlane. So Fastlane's coming up this Sunday on the WWE, probably the last of the WWE Network, and then also too on Peacock. Hey, if you maybe it's in your area, maybe it's not. I don't freaking know. But if you get a flex box, apparently you get you the premium Peacock thing. You still pay your ads or whatever. Pay an extra $5. Don't pay the ads. But nevertheless, that's coming up. A quick little interjection here. We're the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast, Zoom style, pandemic Zoom style. And thanks for everybody for listening. Of course, I want to try to get some talk about AEW here in just a little bit. But yeah, check us out on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. I mean, we're everywhere. I don't know how often we update it, but either way, we're there. Check us out. Spread the word. Spread the word for some stale Instagram content. But hey, we're only 3 dudes, right? Nevertheless, let's talk about AEW before we wrap things up. I don't know what the hell is going on, except for I watched Darby Allin fight Scorpio Sky. That was pretty sweet. Darby Allin's rad.
Darby Allin is rad.
Right. And then I saw El Penta Zero M feud with Cody Rhodes. I've not seen that match yet, so I'm behind. I'm definitely gonna watch it. But dude, watch it. Oh man, I'm trying to learn Spanish, so I watched El Penta Zero's promo like 7 times. It was just like, what is he saying? How is he saying it? So it was really cool. It was legit. Awesome. Very cool.
Dynamite, AEW. Wow. The pinnacle, right? The pinnacle.
The change up. That's
what you got. You got the pinnacle. That's the faction that's gonna run AEW for years to come. Ooh. According to Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
That's what it's called, the pinnacle.
Right, the pinnacle. They delivered a fire promo out there on Wednesday night. Tully Blanchard, the FTR, Double S, Sean Spears, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. The pinnacle who pulled the ruse, pulled the wool over the eyes of the Inner Circle, Chris Jericho, everybody watching. This is all according to them, of course. And that's why they're the pinnacle. They took out the best faction in AEW, the top faction, the top bad guys, the top guys, if you will, which is what FTR used to call themselves, if you remember. Did the whole suits thing. Everyone's got a suit on. Where these guys, this is members of the group. It was like Evolution meets the Horsemen meets Fortune from Impact. It was just that all over again. All combined into one. So I'm excited to see what they do. I'm excited for the feud with the Inner Circle. I'm excited for each individual member of the group to see if they live up to the hype. They made some bold statements, so now you got to back that dish up, right? But yeah, it's a cool new faction. So you have that, which I guess you missed that. And then the biggest other thing was the women's match on Wednesday. I don't know if you saw
I heard about it. Ooh, I got to see what Dr. Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, it's a pretty bloody mess. It was good. I saw the highlights. It was good. They had some nasty spots. Rebel took a table spot. They had some thumbtacks. It was brutal. It was a lights out, unsanctioned match. Even though the lights were on so you could see everything and there was a ref in the ring. So I don't understand how that works. But we got a classic match. Could be one of the best shows in AEW history, according to Tony Khan. Was one of the best matches. They got a standing ovation for everyone there. Rosa obviously won. So the Beef did it for the people. I think that's her whole thing.
Thunder Rosa is such a badass dude.
She really is.
What a badass.
Former NWA Women's Champ. And Britt is badass too. Like, you don't sleep on the dentist. You don't, I don't know. You see Britt Baker and you think like, okay, this chick's okay. And then you see her perform, and you're like, wow, she's really good. Then you see her on the mic, you're like, she's actually really, really good. Transcendent. Pays the day out on cold that day.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. She's
Well,
they
I'm
lit it up.
stoked to watch it because I need to see it. I need to witness it firsthand with my peepers on the screen, checking it out. So, again, I'm behind on this episode, but that's all I really got. I don't know if you got anything else you want to add, but wrap this bad boy up. Get on next week with our other co-host, one of the OG co-hosts, Tommy Guns. He's feeling a little under the weather, but nonetheless, he should be making his return next week. We miss you, bro. Glad to be back. Glad to be sharing the screen with T-Monies. Glad to be talking about pro wrestling, getting back and motivated to seeing the content, especially AEW. And of course, seeing where WWE goes, right? Again, I talk about it like I'm jaded. I pretty much am with the product, but I'm still going to watch it.
Yeah.
But Tommy would say, Tommy always catches up on my silly quips. So we'll definitely call this episode the Gauntlet of Garbage Gimmicks episode. And I think Tommy will really dig that. So nevertheless, thank you all for watching the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast Zoom edition coming at you on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, then hit subscribe. Give us a like. Tell your friends about us, right? If you dig it, if you want to be a part of the show, if you want to engage in the show, hit us up on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Give us comments, give us likes, give us shares, rub our bellies, feed us grapes from the vine, right? Whatever it is, right? Hey, but nonetheless, thanks for checking us out. We definitely appreciate your patronage and your ears and your eyes in the conversation. So as Tommy would say, elbow drop your friends. I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back in the saddle. That's my thing.
I prefer Arizona. We'll see you guys next time.
All right, rock and roll, everybody.
Sweet.